Thanks for jumping by.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Rick here on the Turnpike, on my way to Jupiter, Florida for an epic out of this world road trip, a shark diving experience, an adventure so big I had to put it on 2 channels and have a special guest star. It's Murph.
And thanks for jumping by. Me and Rick will be swimming with the sharks. Jump, 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 jump.
Oh boy, I think we're gonna need a bigger boat. The shark diving outfit that we're gonna visit today is about a 2.5-hour drive from the theme park area of Orlando. But to add a little intrigue for today's trip, we're gonna drive all the way down here and we don't know if we're gonna get to go out. The captain is watching the weather. If it's too rough, we're not allowed to go out. So stay tuned, let's see what happens. All right, Murph and I have made it to our final destination. Looks a little cloudy. We need to go check in with Captain John, not Captain Ron, and see if he's gonna let us hit the water today or not. I really hope so.
Swim with the sharks. Jump, 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 jump. We made it.
We'll see if we make it on the water and make it back in one piece.
We will hope. No legs or arms missing today on this trip. Jump, 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 jump.
So Murph and I have parked in the main parking lot. Then they have this HCB and American Yacht Group and a sidewalk here to the left of that. We just need to take this sidewalk past the boat racks up there and to this gazebo straight ahead of us and check in with the captain, make sure the conditions are safe to go out. Here is the Marina, and here is our concern, those dark clouds. Hopefully Captain John lets us board. Well, we're all here signing waivers. Well, Captain John says we are good to go. We're heading out at 11. Should be done at 2. That means we're going out on a 3-hour tour. Kind of like Gilligan and the Skipper.
I will be throwing them some chunks out to keep them interested and keep them close to us. We'll have another line off the back of the boat with a float ball on it. That's a tag line. So you guys are all going to be hanging on to that tag line for me. Has everybody snorkeled before? Alright, so it goes this way, this is your mouth. We want you to have your face down in the water the whole time. Just be hanging on that line. All you're doing is hanging out on the surface watching the sharks, okay? If you are moving around, if you want to go back to the boat, just pull yourself back down that line. If you're swimming at all, just swim with your fins. Try not to swim too much with your arms and be flapping your arms around. Sharks are used to seeing things swim with the tail, so swimming with your fins is no problem, but if you start waving your arms around, you can actually scare the sharks off. We don't want to do that, okay? With that in mind, we have different species we see out here this time of year. It's a possibility of seeing reef sharks, bull sharks, lemon sharks are the more likely ones. We could get super lucky and see a great hammerhead or something really cool come in. I had one the other day. So you never know for sure what you're going to see out there, but lots of cool things. You guys both did photo and video, so I'll be in the water with you. I'll get some really good shots of you with the sharks, some up close shots of the sharks, and I'll send that to you all afterwards. If anybody's not that comfortable in the water, we do have life jackets here. There's absolutely no shame in taking one of those. It just makes it nice and easy to float on the surface and be super comfortable. That's really all we're doing anyway. Okay, so feel free to take one of those. Sharks will come close to you. You know, if you're lucky, they might come even close enough to touch, but we don't want you ever actually touching the animals. We don't want you to scare them off. We don't want any mistakes to happen. Again, this company's been around for 10 years, never gotten anybody bit. I've been working with sharks for 15 years, never gotten anybody bit. So you're in good hands, but we just ask you please not touch the sharks. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, if anything comes up, feel free to let me or Johnny know, and we'll be happy to help you out, okay?
I'm posting today's adventure on both of my channels. Most of you watching are more familiar with my theme park channel, but this video is meant to be for my second channel, Rick's Road Trips. That channel is all about the fun stuff you can do outside of the theme parks, so if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my second channel, Rick's Road Trips. There's a link in the description box. company taking us out on today's adventure is FloridaSharkDiving.com. They offer cage and free dive adventures daily. Free dive meaning cageless. If you want to have your shark diving experience inside of the cage, you need to tell them before you get here, as they do need time to prepare the cage. Don't just show up and be like, I want to be in a cage. Most of the shark diving experiences they host are cageless free dives. The shark diving trips are $195 per person and can accommodate up to 6 guests per trip. Let's say you don't want to get into the water with the sharks. All you want to do is have a shark sightseeing experience. This company also offers shark viewing trips. Those cost a bit less at $95 per person, but can also accommodate up to 6 guests. There are 3 3-hour time slots that vary on the time of the year that you visit. We are here in late October, and our time slot is 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I believe they offer 3 time slots throughout the day, one in the morning, then one midday, and then another one in the afternoon. Today, the captain is taking us out to sea about 6 miles. The captain mentioned that there is more likelihood for rough waters in the winter than in the summertime. Today is a little rougher, with waves of 3 to 4 feet. And one pro tip I wish I had thought about before I got on this boat is to take something for motion sickness. That's a pro tip for you guys. If you ever do this adventure, just to be sure, take yourself some Dramamine or some other type of motion sickness pill.
It's a water ride. It's a water ride.
Well, we are suited up. The life vest, the rope's out. We're just gonna hang on to this rope and look at sharks. Once in the water, here are some of the types of sharks that could be encountered on your trip. Great hammerhead, scalloped hammerhead, bull, dusky, silky, lemon, reef, sandbar, spinner, blacktip, mako, and more. This is the wild ocean, so there is no predicting on what will show up on your dive. I think the time of year you visit does play a role as to what species you may see. The main shark we are seeing today are reef sharks, though. You do not need to be scuba diving certified for this shark diving experience. The main equipment used are rash guard swim shirts, gloves, and snorkels. Life vests are available to anyone if they want to wear them. They do aid in floating on top of the water while holding the rope. Since today we are in rougher waters, we are required to wear the vest, but that would not be the case in calmer waters. All dive equipment is provided by the company, and it is provided in sizes between medium and XXL. If you opt for the cage itself is 8 feet high and 4 feet wide and is used for 2 divers at a time. Divers have the ability to see the sharks clearly through the cage and take in all of the exhilarating action on the surface. The cage floats right on the surface next to the boat, making it easy to exit and enter the cage at any time. Some other things of note: you are allowed to bring your own GoPro into the water with you. Some of the shots you are seeing here is with my own GoPro, but this outfit does offer to do video and photos for you. The photo or video package is $150. If you want both photo and video, that package is $200.
The video that you receive is 2 to 3 minutes of GoPro footage. The photo package is 10 to 30 photos of your dive. They also sell custom packages, including modeling. This company also supports film crews and media projects for documentaries, commercials, movies, and research studies.
We are back on land with all our parts.
Back on land, back on land.
All our limbs and everything. Murph can still do his show at his little bar that he works at.
Body's a little sore though.
So the boat ride out, rough seas. I mean, it was like what, 3 to 5 feet.
Yeah,
but that's pretty rough.
It was.
It was fun though. I had fun. The boat ride out. We was it 6 miles out, I think?
Yeah, and we had a good crew with us too.
Yeah, so 6 miles out, a fun ride. We got sprayed. We got soaking wet.
It was a little bit more than just soaking wet. A little bit bumps in there.
Yeah, it was
We were
fun.
moving and grooving out there.
Best water ride I've been on.
Yeah. I did say we got wet.
That was super fun to go out there. But here's the thing: once the boat stopped, they stopped the boat, and I stood up and it's just swinging. I was starting to get seasick right away.
I only made it 10 minutes in the ocean.
So
I swayed too much, swayed right back on the boat.
they gave us some rash guards to wear, so we wore those out, and some fins. And because it was so rough out, they did recommend that everyone wear the life vests. Normally that is just like optional. But with the weather, they said.
Although you volunteered first to get
I
one.
did volunteer.
To break the ice.
I did, just so that other people would not feel like
obligated.
embarrassed
I don't
by
think we had
wearing
a
one.
choice.
Yeah, today was no choice. We wore the life vest. They chummed the water. We jumped out there, held onto the rope, and when I was in the water with the sharks, it was really cool. I enjoyed that. Now Murph,
Me, not so much.
a little claustrophobic with the mask.
Little tide bit. And then once that first snorkel got full of water, I was in trouble.
So some of you guys who are not so comfortable with a snorkel, maybe, something to consider. But when I was in the water, I was there for a good bit of time with the sharks.
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, lots of good sharks that I saw.
We were close.
But at the very end, the last minute I was in the water, I could still, because the waves were really kind of big and choppy.
Oh, yeah.
So at the very end, I still got that movement, the big sways and the swells of the waves. So I started to feel a little sick again. Plus, I had a little bit of water in my mask, so coming up my nose a little bit. So I thought I was going to get back onto the boat and just like clear my mask, rest for a minute, and get back in the water.
Yeah, not so much.
No, because as soon as I got back in the boat, I got sick as a dog, didn't I,
And
Murph?
I just stayed on the boat.
Murph stayed on the boat, and now I did not have breakfast, so mainly it was dry heaves. But I was in the back of the boat just ralphing over to the side.
Yeah, he was. You almost lost the camera.
I did. The freaking the little latch on it unscrewed, and I almost lost the GoPro. Be the second one I've lost.
Lost his breakfast, lost his GoPro, lost both of it.
But I'm feeling better now.
Yeah,
Feeling better now.
we're here. It's dry land.
So I guess a pro tip would be, especially on days like today,
Don't come 3 to 5 feet of water.
Dramamine.
waves.
Use some type of motion sickness medicine. I thought of that, but then that thought left me. I should have held on to that thought as I was driving up here or down
What did
here.
you say earlier? A 3-hour tour?
Yeah, 3-hour tour.
I think it didn't take that
Yeah,
long.
they cut it short
They
because
cut it short.
the water was really rough. But anyway, I will say this. Now, I really, really did enjoy being in the water with the sharks. I had no fear whatsoever. I thought it was just really cool.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, the jellyfish,
yeah.
the sharks, Connor, our tour guide, he was crazy guy.
So that was our shark diving experience.
When are we going to do it again, Rick?
I'm not going out on the water again for a long
No
time.
more water adventures in a
It's
while.
going to be a long time before I do a water
Unless it's at
adventure
a water
again.
park.
Yes. It'll be Ripsaw Falls to be my
Yes,
next one.
that'll
Or
work.
Popeyes and Bluto's barges.
Yes.
Oh boy. So anyway, I think what I did, I'm pretty sure when I edited this, I gave you some information over, you know, the boat ride out. I probably did a voiceover. So that's all the information you need about this shark diving experience. I'm happy we got to do it.
Yeah.
I was worried it was going to get canceled. So it is a recommendation, because when I was in the water with the sharks, that was amazing. It was.
It was. And
So-
they got close.
They did.
Yeah. I thought we were going to get a little chomp, chomp, chomp action down there.
Thanks for chomping by,
Yeah,
Murph.
thanks for chomping.
Oh,
by. That's
boy.
what the shark said. So I jumped out of the water 10 minutes later.
So there you go. I'm going to leave all the information you need in the description box. A really cool experience. I'm hoping you have a better weather day when you visit. And as always, adventures out there. You'll find it on a road trip. Murph, do your little thing.
And thanks for chomping by and watching too. Chomp, 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 chomp.
Adventure is out there. You'll find it on a boat trip. Rick's road trip.